Hello guys, Rachel here of Archaeologists. Today, we're going to do a short unboxing and also reviewing the Ocypus Iota C70 BK ARGB case. Let's do the unboxing. Inside the box, you will find a small box that contains the standoffs, screws, stand-up adapter, and cable ties. Lastly, the Ocypus Iota C70 BK case itself. Let's go through specifications and features. The Ocypus Iota C70 BK has dimensions of 425 by 295 by 388 mm, with a weight of 7.5 kilograms. The Ocypus Iota C70 is an aquarium-type dual-chamber mid-tower case that comes in white and black. The front side panel is made from tempered glass with a thickness of 3 mm to showcase your components inside. To remove the front side panel, you just need to untighten this one screw that secures or locks the side panel. Then, you need to pull the tempered glass out. As this uses a latching system, the tempered glass can attach to the case. The case is compatible with ATX to ITX motherboards, or ATX to YTX motherboards with a backside orientation. For your CPU cooler, you are allowed to install a cooler with a maximum height of 175 mm. For a graphics card, you are allowed to install it with a maximum length of 400 mm. The cable holes of this case don't have any rubber grommets, which will expose some cables. At the rear, there's a pre-installed ARGB fan. The rear can accommodate a maximum of one piece of 140 mm fan or 140 mm radiator. At the top, it can accommodate a maximum of 3 pieces of 140 mm fans or a 360 mm radiator. At the side, it has 2 pre-installed ARGB fans. The side can also accommodate a maximum of 2 pieces of 120 mm fans or a 240 mm radiator. At the bottom, 3 ARGB fans are pre-installed with reverse fan blades. The bottom can accommodate a maximum of 3 pieces of 140 mm fans or a 360 mm radiator. The case has 6 expansion slots, and each of the slots is modular. The backside panel is made from steel with cutouts that are for airflow purposes for the fans and power supply. You can remove this panel by tightening the single screw that locks the panel and pulling it out, as this side panel uses a latching system too. As this is a dual chamber case, it has more than enough space for cable management. Also, cable management holes are provided for your cable ties. In this area will be the space for the power supply, with a maximum length of 205 mm or 410 mm with or without the HDD cage respectively. This drive cage is removable. If you will use this, you're allowed to have one HDD and one SSD. There's also a pre-installed fan hub that controls the pre-installed fans at the bottom. The front is also using tempered glass to provide a complete panoramic view of your components. One of the features of this case is the digital display. This is using a USB 2.0 connector like the digital display coolers of Ocypus. The design really matches with the coolers and it's pleasing to look at. Underneath the case is a magnetic dust filter to prevent dust from going inside the case. For the front I/O, you will find the power button, the LED button, the mic and audio port, 2 USB 3.0 Type-A ports, and the USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type-C port. Let's build a PC. Here are my final thoughts. In reviewing PC cases, there's always one thing I always ask myself. Is there something unique about this case compared to other cases out there in the market? And to be honest with you, there is none. This is just like a vanilla case with just a little bit of modification for aesthetic purposes. Don't get me wrong, this case is good. The aesthetics of the digital display adds a little bit of flair to the case. But still, it's your typical panoramic dual-chamber case that you will see mostly in the PC market nowadays. The case is compact for an ATX build. Is it straightforward to build? Yes, it is. But is it too compact? My answer will be yes. If you are using an ATX motherboard, there will be no cable holes at the bottom, and you need to redirect the cables on the side cable holes, which the cables are long enough though. So, I think this case is really dedicated for a micro ATX motherboard. The pre-installed fans are bright enough for RGB lovers, but too much for me in vibrance. Well, it's my own opinion, but I'm sure other people will love it, especially the included reverse fan blade fans that will showcase the RGB lighting even more. Performance-wise, it's almost quite the same as other dual-chamber cases. It still performs well and nothing extraordinary. The fan controller is mounted at the bottom of the case, which was a good idea to manage your cables or just hide them. Also, one of the problems is the drive cage will block the BTF connectors if you will need to use a hard disk for your storage. Overall, the Ocypus Iota C70 BK is a compact case with dual glass panels, USB-C, 6 ARGB fans, and a simple temperature display, but its increased cost and design issues might keep it from selling as well. The fans provide great ARGB diffusion and looks, but the cable management issues, particularly for ATX builds, and redundant information when plugging in multiple Iota devices contributes to unlikely recommendations for this case. Some strengths, such as good fan wiring to the hub and the built-in display, are not enough to make the case justify its premium price for me. Lowering the price should solve the problem. You can buy the Ocypus Iota C70 BK case for around $112 or 6,495 pesos at your nearest Ocypus affiliated online and physical stores. I hope this video is informational for you. For more videos, click on the subscribe button and follow my Facebook page. And see you in the next video.